Mind, Mood, and Memory. The Neurobehavioral Consequences of Multiple Sclerosis. By Anthony Feinstein. Foreword by Alan Thompson, M.D. Johns Hopkins University Press, Baltimore. To Maria Ron. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing. Albert Schweitzer. Foreword. Compared to the past, it is more common today to recognize and to discuss many of the neurobehavioral effects of multiple sclerosis, including cognitive impairment and mood disorders. However, this increased awareness doesn't necessarily mean that these disorders are assessed in routine neurological practice or indeed effectively managed. In his book Mind, Mood, and Memory, The Neurobehavioral Consequences of Multiple Sclerosis, Anthony Feinstein introduces us to the wide-ranging components of the complex picture of cognitive impairment and mood disorders associated with MS. He graphically and sometimes uncomfortably describes how these disorders affect individuals, while providing an understanding of mechanistic underpinnings and insights into how best to assess the behavioral changes and develop solutions for them. The book moves from specific deficits such as those involving processing speed, learning, and memory, to broader, more complex issues, such as irritability, sadness, and the unraveling of personality, which I found particularly illuminating. The book builds a coherent picture of the increasingly devastating impact these deficits have on the person affected by MS, and even more so on those who love and live with them. The content and style of this important work are equally matched in providing a comprehensive and accessible narrative that educates and informs. All aspects of mind, mood, and memory are addressed, and this is done in a logical and cumulative way that is both interesting and informative. Feinstein manages to weave in the myriad cognitive tests in a way that makes perfect sense and therefore makes them surprisingly easy to remember. The research insights add depth and raise important questions that will stimulate the reader and encourage further exploration. Each chapter is brought to life by the impactful case histories used to illustrate the real-world consequences of cognitive impairments and mood disorders. Rather than draw on real-life individuals, which is what might be expected, Feinstein has drawn on his vast experience to create characters with particular circumstances. One might think this approach wouldn't work, and that the characters might seem unreal or wooden. But the very opposite is true. It is often unbearably sad. What makes the crucial difference is the graphic style in which they are presented. You can visualize the individuals and their families, and the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?